Hi, it's Cindy here, and today is What Would You Make? This airs the last Sunday of every month, so let's have fun. DIY number 1, a rose curl wood pumpkin. The supplies include a pumpkin from Dollar Tree, hot glue, Krylon metallic candy corn spray paint, burlap leaf template, Rust-Oleum silver spray paint, rose curl wood, and wood sticks. So let's get started. I had a pumpkin that I made last year that needed a makeover. It was covered with foil. I tried to peel it off, but it was not working. I wasn't having much success. So I just decided to go with the flow. I punched holes in the pumpkin so that the rose curl wood would fit. And I glued each wood rose individually with hot glue. In fact, I think it came 6 in a package, and I ended up making 12 out of the 6. What I did was I cut each rose probably in half, and then I hot glued the 2 pieces together. Well, each piece together. So I ended up with 2 roses from 1, sometimes 3. So I curled them again and hot glued for adherence. This way I could cut down on the number of roses used. The other thing that I did, I started at the bottom and moved to the top. At last, I used 1 uncut rose to top it off. Now, the next time I do something like this, I will start on the elevated portions of the pumpkin on the sides first. However, I still think it looks good. Now, once I completed that process, it took a little bit. I sprayed it with Krylon candy corn metallic spray paint. Now, I had no idea how this was going to look. I figured that it probably would be more of an orange color, but however it was going to look, I decided to go with it. So I found out it is a pumpkin color with silver glitter. And I think it looks pretty good. I mean, I haven't seen anything like this. So here it is. I also cut a leaf using an old burlap leaf in a smaller size, and I just tucked it in the rows on top of the pumpkin with hot glue. And then I used 3 wood sticks from Dollar Tree and hot glued them at the top of the pumpkin, right in the middle. And then I sprayed it silver on one side. This is a leaf. I sprayed the leaf silver on one side, but I left the other side natural burlap because this wasn't going to show. And I just think the leaf added style, or a little, what they say, something to the pumpkin. And let me know what you think about this one. It is unusual and kind of out of the box thinking. And you could add a whole lot to this pumpkin. You can add ribbon, but I think because the rose curls are so prominent, I think you don't really need a whole lot to go with it. What Would You Make is a collaboration starring OK at Home DIY and Connie's Wood Shop and DIYs. The supporting host is Crafting with JC. These are amazing women that make amazing crafts. The link to their channels is in the description box, so be sure to subscribe, like, save, and comment on their channels. They're amazing. Others have made wood crafts that I am sure will wow you. So you need to watch, like, save, and comment on their channels also. The playlist is in the description box below. Okay, so let's move on here. DIY number 2, wood floral boxes. The supplies needed include 2 pieces of wood, and I got these from Dollar Tree. They're 5 by 5, 4 pieces of wood 5 by 5 times 2 inches, and 2 pieces of wood 1 5/8 inches. Wood glue, stencil, and I used a round one, ivory acrylic paint, And Deco Art Splendid Gold Paint, and the stencil was from Top Notch. Dried florals and jute. These floral boxes are so cute, and they can be painted, stained, or covered with removable decals. So I use 5.5 by 5.5 piece of wood and use wood glue to adhere the 2 pieces of 5.5 by 2-inch wood on either side of the 5.5 wood piece. Also, the other 1 5/8 piece is put at the bottom so the flowers will stay intact. You can also put, I guess, some, I would say, balsa wood if you want to, on the back so that the entire back would be covered, but I didn't do that. I painted the 5.5 by 5.5 piece of wood black at first, and then I stenciled the middle part gold, but for some reason it wasn't looking too good to me, so again I changed the plan. So plan number 2, I painted it ivory, and then I used a brush to stencil it gold, and I like that look much better. But you can paint it any color. You can paint it fall colors, spring colors. I can see this in the spring, and you can also put maybe something square or almost flat in there, and actually put live flowers in it. But for the fall, I put some dried florals, and I used jute to hang it on the wall. So I think this is really, really cute. But let me know what you think. DIY number 3, a wood plant stand, but it also doubles as a mirror. Now what you need here is clothespins. There are 2 sizes. There were 25 large and 25, they were just a little bit smaller, and I think I purchased them at the same time, but you know, things are not always the same at Dollar Tree, so that was what I had to deal with, and I think there's about 30 in the packet. Then I used a wooden snake, half rounds, a mirror that was 4 1/8 inch in diameter, wood glue, hot glue, and some cardstock, but you don't have to use that. Now this is a fun project that requires small clothespins and large clothespins. I started out by taking the spring clip out of all of the clothespins, and you know, I think I'm going to make something out of those because it seems a little wasteful, so I'm going to use those 2 at some point in time. I turned them back to back and started gluing them together using the wood glue, and I did the same for all 25. Then I began to make a circle, and once that was complete, I inserted the smaller clothespins in between the larger ones. This way it would be larger, and you could make it even bigger by just continuing on around as many times as you want to make a huge mirror. So then I cut a wooden snake head and tail off, and I glued the 2 ends together. And after that was dried, then I glued the clothespins to the round wooden snake because I thought it needed some stability. Then I glued 3 half beads to the back side to give the plant stand some height. And to have a dual purpose, I put a mirror on the opposite side and hung it on the wall. So if you don't want it as a mirror, you can put a plant on top of it and style it in any room. And then also I left mine natural, but you can paint it any color, and I may at some point in time, if I want a different vibe, I can paint it any color you want. Well, that's all Z9 Design family. Until next time, thanks for watching and commenting on my channel. You all have been very kind. Also, my goal is 1,500, and when I get there, a prize will be awarded to someone who's a subscriber. So please hit that subscribe button. Like, save, and comment on my channel because it helps it to grow. Today, I am going to give a shout out to the Boardwalk. The Boardwalk is located in Michigan, and it is a waterfront venue along the St. Joe River, and it's surrounded by natural beauty. And oh my, I went there. They have chandeliers hanging from the trees, and the property sits on a end of a quiet drive, and it is nestled in nature. I was in awe. This is so beautiful. There's lots of things to do there. So I would suggest that you go online and take a look at the Boardwalk and see what it has to offer. And I'm sure you would love to have your wedding reception and even your wedding there. The owners are Matt and Catherine, and I encourage you to check it out. Well, remember, love is a lot like a backache. It doesn't show up on x-rays, but you know it's there. This is by George Burns. See you later. Bye-bye. And don't forget to follow me on Instagram, TikTok, and Facebook.